This one really does feel large, doesn't it? For a first week encounter, Naomi Osaka, the two-time Grand Slam champion here and then following it up in Australia. But Coco Gauff seems like a bigger deal than anybody this week, right?
At the moment, she is, and if she keeps winning, she will be a bigger deal than anybody except Serena Williams. I mean, she's doing the talking with her racket, and you know, she's such a complete player in every way. But the way she has taken the tennis world and really, she goes beyond tennis already, and she hasn't really done anything yet in tennis terms, but what a presence, and we know what the future is going to bring, and we're excited about it.
Her matches, Paul, have gotten huge ratings this week.
Yeah, it's been so much fun to watch. And look, every young player plays with a certain amount of freedom, but very few young players with the amount of talent that goes along with that freedom is proportionate. We've seen it with her. I guess you know, the one thing I wonder is Naomi's power going to rush her too much on the forehand? That's the one thing. The second thing I wanted to ask you two champions is, how will Osaka feel about playing the younger player? Will that add more pressure to her or not? Lindsay, let's start with you.
No, I wanted to go back to Mary's thing. It's been 20 years since we've seen a player, and that was Serena and maybe Venus a few years before that, take our world by storm. And they're great tennis players, but they're able to get fans that aren't necessarily tennis fans interested in our sport. And that doesn't happen all that often. And Coco has that magic factor about her. I think it's going to be fascinating tonight because so quickly, Osaka all of a sudden is the veteran. And last year, everything was new and fun. And it's a lot easier to be in that position when you're going up, and it's all just so exciting. A lot different, and happens so quickly for Osaka that all of a sudden it's like, wow, there's a bigger story on the other side of the net right now.
It's happening quicker to Gauff than it happened to Osaka before she has won a major. But
it's interesting. We've got two women of color playing on one of the biggest stages in tennis, and they're not named Williams, neither one of them. But they have known each other for a while, and Coco, in fact, is very much looking forward to this because she knows Naomi.
Obviously, she's an amazing player. I mean, she's defending champion. She's won 2 slams. She's #1, and she's only 21. So we're both pretty young, but I'm a little bit newer to the game. So I'm just curious to see how my game matches up to get against her. And obviously, I want to win, but I just want to enjoy it and have fun and enjoy the battle. And we'll see how it goes.
Oh, Coco's got such a great head on her shoulders. And you see the age difference, 6 years of age. I saw Coco Gauff yesterday, Coco's father, and he said they've known each other for a long time. Yeah. Coco's not intimidated by this at all. She's going to be just fine out there, which was fascinating for me. There was zero hesitation in his tone about this matchup.
When you look at those numbers, you think, well, this is overwhelmingly to one side, but Coco Martina is playing stressless, nerveless, bold tennis, right?
That's what happens with rookies. But I mean, when that much attention is on you so quickly, how do you handle it? She's done a fantastic job. I love the fact that she says, I'm looking forward to the battle. Not a war, but a battle. She is a competitor inside, and she embraces it. But on the other point with Osaka, she has 3 titles. 2 of them are majors. I haven't done that homework, but I don't know if anybody's ever won 2 majors while only winning 1 other tournament. So
Muguruza had it was something out of 5 career titles, 2 were majors, but nothing like 2 out of 3. That's pretty remarkable for Osaka.
So what do you think, Paul? I mean, Osaka allowed that when she walked on the court as a defending champion in her first round match. She's never been more nervous. Isn't a match like this possibly going to make her a little jumpy?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about, because, you know, there's a very big difference. A Samprasism is, it's much easier to get somewhere than to stay there. And now she's there trying to stay there. That woman right there has had a meteoric rise at the top of the game. And I remember talking to Pete about how difficult it is initially right when you get there. And that's fun, and then you're like, okay, now what do I do? So now she's playing a younger player who's going to have that kind of freedom of youth combined with that immense talents. And you mentioned Coco Gauff saying, oh, she loves this. She knows her. She's known her for a long time. This will be a lot of fun. And guess what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think the fans are going to be behind Coco Gauff tonight. So
isn't that something? I got to ask you, Martina, we get the sense that Coco has a very good grip on her game and on this moment. She's got an odd grip, though, on her forehand, hasn't she?
Oh, I didn't bring my racket. Yes, she hits with the same side of the racket on the forehand and the backhand. She's such an extreme grip. She's so far under that it's just the backhand on the other side.
How many people do that?
Astonishing.
I mean, Sergi Bruguera.
I think Fanny Stoller does it on the women's side. I think Jack Sock on the men's side. And it's not easy. That's how far over her grip is. Paul hit it perfectly. You've got to think, if Osaka's thinking clearly and playing with the strategy of her team, it's going to be going hard to the forehand, either with serves or her powerful ground strokes. That's not easy to flip both sides.
Beresateki did that. It was the first one that I remember because nobody had such an extreme grip. But it's just easier to flip it over. You don't really have to change the grip. You got the backhand grip and the forehand grip on the same side of the racket.
Suffice to say, it's going to be fun tonight, Mayor, or not?
What's that?
Suffice to say, it will be fun this evening, or
It's going to be unbelievable.
Who's going to miss the match? Nobody. We're all watching.
Are we assuming that the elder statesman, the veteran, Naomi Osaka,
She should.
is going to be ready? You think she is going to win?
Not assuming. She should win.
She should win.
But, all bets are off when the crowd gets into it and the youth. There's no pressure on Coco Gauff. She's loving it. Just absolutely nothing to lose. Whereas Osaka, I mean, that's a big hurdle.
Osaka's
a lot
young
of pressure.
too. These two
That's
youths.
exactly right.
Are we worried about
my cousin Vinny used to say, these two youths.
Gauff's first match on Ash? Does that concern either of you?
I think she would have practiced on it, one way or the other. She would have had some time on that court, and everything's new to her. So why not Arthur Ashe court? And it's going to be sold out.
the reason I don't think it is as concerning is because of what we saw at Wimbledon, the ability to handle court one and center court there. So I after that small sample size, I think she'll deal with this. And the second part of it is, I think she's going to draw an unbelievable amount of energy from these fans tonight.
It should be fun. All right, we're going to take a break. 20 years.